talking to you today on behalf of Curious for Law. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you for the talk show on how law protects women, Hathras and beyond. It is presented to you by Her World Portal in collaboration with Policy Center Gender Lab, Miranda House, Curious for Law, and Honor of Women. We have with us today Advocate Shobha Gupta. Ma'am is an advocate on record with an experience of more than 25 years as a practicing lawyer. Before starting her practice independently in the Supreme Court, she has been working with reputed professionals in the legal field. Her experience ranges from public interest litigations to constitutional law cases to civil disputes, service law, company law, consumer disputes, and so on. Ma'am has a history of extending pro bono services and also has founded an organization called FLAG, Free Legal Aid Group, that focuses on imparting free legal aid to juveniles who have been on the wrong side of law. We also have with us Ms. Chinky Sinha, who's a senior journalist. Ma'am has worked with India Today as their features editor. Prior to that, she has been working with the Indian Express. Currently, Ma'am reports on contemporary issues as an independent journalist. She has recently reported on the Hathras issue and talked to the family members of the victim. Last but not the least, we have with us Ms. Rakhi Bakshi, who is the founder and editor-in-chief of Her World. She is a veteran media professional who has served as a media advisor to the Lok Sabha Speaker and also championed the cause of gender rights as a director of Women's Feature Service and has been a show host on Rajya Sabha TV. Ma'am has worked closely with many social organizations and currently serves as a board member for One World Foundation, India. She's a role model for all girls and women worldwide, and ma'am will be moderating the talk for us today. Before we start, I'd like to briefly introduce Her World Portal and all the collaborators for our show today. So Her World is a platform which not only lends visibility to gender issues, but focuses on areas of diverse and contemporary importance. At Her World, the people involved strive to support empowerment of women and girls through the digital domain. The idea is to connect globally and exchange insights on all matters that concern humanity at large. Next, we have Curious for Law. It is a one-stop solution to all the issues of the legal sphere. The organization provides a vast database of legal knowledge through its website, apart from actively engaging in academic exercises like organizing webinars, guest lectures, and interviews. We at Curious for Law thrive to report legal news and tackle issues of the legal world in an accurate and understandable manner to its audience, which is the legal fraternity. Next, we have Honor of Women. It is a society that focuses on the promotion of legal education among the women workforce engaged in different sectors through conducting seminars and workshops. Their areas of work include prevention of sexual harassment at workplace as obligated by Section 19 of the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act of 2013. They believe that gender equality is a collective responsibility, irrespective of one's gender. Next, we have the Policy Center for Policy Center and Gender Lab at Miranda House. They believe in education liberates, education empowers, and education breeds confidence, hope, and peace. And this is what they aim to promote through their group. Lastly, we have our proud partners, SDG Chopal and Kacheri. And now that I'm done introducing everyone involved, I'd like to hand this over to Rakhi ma'am, who would be taking it forward from here.
Okay, so thank you so much, Shimoni, for this introduction. I'm very privileged to have these two women panelists with me. Shobha ji, thank you so much for joining us. Chinky, giving your time, valuable time. Thank you so much. But I think the issue that we are going to really talk about is something which is of a serious concern. While at Her World, we keep looking at all dimensions related to gender issues, while we celebrate something which is happening around gender, a lot of women who are doing well. The major concern, of course, has been how to really go there to the aim of gender equality. The path has so many layers, and we are really only can say that we are striving hard to reach there along with all of you. It's a collective effort, and each issue is important to us. So through these talk shows and each episode, we are bringing to you different dimensions and themes and trying to actually understand, analyze as to what's happening and what we can actually do and contribute and support in. And that's where we are today when we are talking about the legal aspect of how law is protecting women and how much it can. Also keeping in mind not only Hathras, but so many other incidents, which are, of course, we have seen. It's again a cause of major concern that so many incidents of crime against women are happening. We keep reading in newspapers, watching on TV channels, there are debates, the authorities are taking action. Sometimes it's timely, sometimes it's delayed. There are a whole lot of discussions, arguments, but what exactly can be done? How do we move on? What really is happening? And how collectively we can, again, all of us join hands to make it really happen, that we look forward to a progressive society, because we know the gender equality gap can only scuttle our idea of developing as a nation. And that's where the concerns are. And that's why we are talking about this issue, and we have Shobha and Chinky with us. I'll start, of course, with Shobha ji, if she's joined in. Is she there? Hi, if she's joining in, I will go on to Chinky. Otherwise, Chinky was in Hathras. We saw some pictures that she brought to us, pictures that were very moving and which were very real-time pictures, which showed us the whole narrative of what's happening. It's not only about Hathras. It's about so many other places and all over India that these incidents are happening, whether it happens in an urban area, in rural areas. In rural areas, it's a matter of more concern. Chinky, what would you say? I mean, I don't really want to only confine this discussion today to one place, but also we are looking at a holistic view of what's happening, why so many women are disturbed, why women are becoming victims, why women are getting molested, raped, brutally killed. What's happening?
See, in my experience, and obviously keeping in mind the recent one, because that's where I was, I think it's also about the failure of the implementation of law at many levels, and the, the, the society as well. So if you look at Hathras incident, I mean, you have a village which is 80 to 90% Thakurs, and you've got like 10% Valmikis who are living in a ghetto kind of a situation where historically Dalit women have been molested in that area, right? So you have that kind of license where people can get away with doing things, because obviously that has happened in the past, as we are also seeing it unfold in Hathras with the Mahapanchayats that are happening, or the kind of protests that are happening. So I think that is one of the things that make people commit these crimes, because you know that you can get away with it. Also looking at the socio-economic structures where women from poor households or from lower caste, they don't have that kind of agency to fight. And court cases have taken historically like really long periods of time, and it's kind of a discouraging atmosphere. And I guess Shobha can tell us more about that, because she fought the Bilkis Bano case. And in my experience, a lot of women, also the stigma around rape, I mean, that whole thing of honor, which the narrative of which we saw emerging in Hathras from October 4th onwards, where I was on that day. This whole thing of honor tied to the vagina of the woman is something that we need to tackle at many levels. And we need to sort of look at the society, we need to look at the media, we need to look at many things that are happening around us. And I think Hathras serves as one of those reminders that, I mean, a lot of things are wrong with the society.
Yeah, Shobha, if you're there, and we've been talking, and yeah, so please tell us, because it's very important what you tell us, because we are looking at judiciary finally. I mean, all these cases which are happening, Of course, you would, as Chinky also said, we are looking at all dimensions which are related to violence against women, but finally we have to knock the doors of law. And that's where the critical pillar is. Tell us more about what's happening. We know so many legal rights that women have. There are laws around it. Where do we go from here? I mean, today Hathras, earlier it was some other place. So many incidents per day which are happening, which are disturbing for women. There are some incidents which are coming to light. They sometimes are registered, sometimes they're not. We feel very disheartened. I mean, where are we moving, Shobha?
See, so if you say what exactly where exactly we are reaching and what to do, I believe nobody has an answer as of now. And with every next incident which you come to know of, and as Chinky ji must be knowing, there are like several of them which are not being reported and we don't even come to know about of them. There might be graver, like much more graver offenses which is taking place concerning women, maybe something of the sort which has happened in Hathras, and we don't even come to know. When Hathras happened, at the same time Balrampur happened. Unfortunately, even they lost their daughter and she was gang raped as well. She was brutally. We are being, noticed. See the plight of that family. They must be thinking like, is the rape and murder of our daughter is little lesser than the Hathras one? So, being reported, they would come to court. Unfortunately, in Hathras case, it seems as if nothing is going to happen because the way things are developed over there, maybe tomorrow we'll come to know there was no rape. Since she was admitted to hospital, there were injuries, she died. So today nobody can deny there was no death. We are possibly reaching to a story of honor killing now.
No, but also the manner, Shobhaji, in which it happened. I mean, in the sense that how her body was cremated at night.
Just to complete your earlier question. So as far as courts are concerned, something, court's role comes, these PILs we file, and like in Hathras also, we have approached Supreme Court might pass some guidelines, might issue some orders vis-a-vis their safety, security, fair investigation, then fair trial, maybe transfer of trial. So those one odd case out. We are seeing rapes in every 15 minutes. This is one case which might crave attention of the court because of the brutality, the nature of the brutality caused in all possible manner at all levels. So rape, then treatment not given, proper FIR not registered, no proper investigation, she died, and then the burning of the body, which like you burn a heap of garbage, they burnt her like that. Because of the extreme brutalities, extreme inhuman treatment, this has come to our notice and has reached to Supreme Court. Supreme Court might pass some orders, but unfortunate part is, if something happens, court would come in the scene, they would pass some orders, the perpetrators sometimes would punish, sometimes may not be punished. When would that finish? How far, every single rape causes concern to us, troubles us. We as a society feel pain. Today we are discussing because we all are troubled with that. So, society, you rape the conscience of the society, you rape the soul of the society. You hit us badly as being part of the civil society. And therefore we cry. This is, when we are talking with anger, we are crying by heart. We are all are at pains. But point is, orders of Supreme Court or orders of court would not really solve the problem. They punish those individuals.
Yeah.
So, unless we expedite things and we change our society by educating them, most of us do not know the prevalent laws, the basic laws for a woman and basic laws for a man to know about women. Unless we start teaching men.
My question to you here, Shobhaji, is that, okay, so one is, there is no awareness of legal rights as far as women are concerned. also tell us, because very critical that you tell us here on this forum right now, is that how do women actually get that into them, that they understand it's important to use those legal rights, then they reach the right kind of place, which is police station or the right institutions, authorities, and then the police and authorities also take into cognizance the seriousness of the nature at the right time, timely, and then it reaches the right conclusion. Please tell us, I mean, how legally that chain should really be strictly maintained.
So we consider when we call it in a normal term, like your reputation, women's reputation, women's, body's privacy and other things. We maintain that privacy so tight that we do not even teach our girls that, see, this is how you can be violated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Now we have started teaching in schools the bad touch, the bad gestures. But otherwise, we have kept all these things so secret from the girls that they don't even come to know that what all my rights are. Now we are, I wrote letters with all these legal provisions. Like I did a lecture series. Then one of my friend she's dean in a Patna University. She is trying to bring out a chapter about all your laws, know your basic laws. In fact, I have written to Chief Justice of India after Hyderabad case, to Ministry of Broadcast, to Ministry of Women and Child Welfare, to PMO, to Ministry of Law and Justice, to several high courts, that there has to be an educative system. Maybe in the schools you are having chapters, and moreover, in your media channels, those national channels who are earning so much of money through public, why can't they have a mandatory half an hour twice a day teaching those provisions which are necessary to be known, basic provisions. You can't touch me wrongly. You can't give a gesture to me wrongly. The basic wrongs which happens at family by the family members. The provisions, how do you approach police? How do you can invoke the law? What are the procedures? Can the police say no to you when the police is compelled to register the FIR? There's several things which we don't know. A common woman doesn't know. And the man doesn't know normally, generally, that what all are something like provisions, that if they are told that the moment you do it, you are going to be jailed for 2 years or 3 years. I'm not talking rape right now, but any of the gesture, act, qua the woman hurting her sexually, be by words, be by gestures, be by touch, be by anything else. If you start teaching them, to the women as well as to the men, to the girls as well as to the boys, that these are the provisions available, and teaching has to happen maybe by schools. If the families doesn't do, we have to do it at all levels. The family have to do it. The teachers have to do it. There have to be compulsory subject. There have to be compulsory maybe classes for that, a specific class for this. Then in TV channels, you should have serials of that nature. You should have ads of that nature.
So let me go to Chinky.
For that nature.
So let me then go to Chinky, who's a journalist. And Chinky, let me ask you, being a media person, being a woman journalist, we have talked about these issues. How would you really like to now take it up? In 2020, I can tell you, having seen a long journey in broadcasting and a journalistic career, that I still think much needs to be done. I mean, how much media is reporting, how it is reporting. I mean, in Hathras, we really saw, especially women journalists going and reporting, and you also went there. What do you think really needs to be done more? How we can really create that full circle which Shobhari talks about, of women knowing what's happening to them, then having the courage to go and report about it, then also talking about, as you said, in society, communities, what's happening, and then asking the police authority and the judiciary to take the action which is envisioned in our constitution and legal rights. Chinky.
See, firstly, I would like to say that the media right now in this country has slipped into this whole TRP kind of world where we don't have any, adherence to any legal guidelines. For instance, we should not be outing the name of the victim, but the identity was revealed. These are basic things, and I think media houses should be teaching their journalists all of this. We saw it in Riya Chakrabarti case as to what happened. There was a lot of invasion of privacy. We saw in Tarun Tejpal case the same thing that happened. Like everything about the victim or the everything was revealed in the sense that people could go to her house, sort of stalk her. It increases voyeurism, I think. And I think in order to, we have moved towards this kind of yellow journalism, which is all about sensation. So, for instance, when I went to Hathras, I mean, a lot of things on the ground were very different. Firstly, when we talked about the police station, like that awareness that you were talking about. Now, those police stations did not have a rape kit, which would have been handy in sort of doing the test, the initial test. Secondly, there are all the, it's a very gendered world out there. I mean, how much ever we might deny that it's not so gendered, and education helps. I don't know what education anybody is having, but I was there, and there were all these other male reporters over there, and I remember this specific incident of two male reporters, local, coming up to me and saying that if you're looking for the truth, we will tell you what the real thing is, and this is honor killing. And by the end of the day, you almost were believing that this is an honor killing because of the kind of conviction that they had. And I want to also raise 2-3 points. When you talked about the photographs, and obviously Shobha can talk about the evidence, but this evidence situation itself is a very complex one. So, when you are building a narrative about a case like this, right, what all do you take into account? I was told that the victim family is not mourning enough, right, which is a manifestation of tears or wailing or whatever. But the media did not leave their house, and everybody grieves in their own ways. Now, that itself becomes a meta-narrative, right, that in order to mourn, if you are suffering with a loss, you are obviously going to cry, which means that you are not suffering, therefore you have killed your daughter, so there is no tear. There are no tears. And then there was this whole thing of the girl's character assassination, which was coming from a lot of these male reporters on the ground. So all I'm saying is that, the people who are reporting on the incident also need to have a certain kind of a basic understanding of what it means to be a victim, firstly, how not to do reporting, how to not indulge in gossip, how not to sway public opinion, all kinds of things. I mean, Hathras is the classic example of a post-truth kind of a world where, narratives are contesting each other. And as a woman reporter, you instantly know. I mean, you can figure out that there's something, wrong, because the way you see things and the way they see things are very different. I think also diversity in newsrooms need to be challenged. We don't have as many women reporters as need to be. Also, caste basis. We need to have more women from the lower caste coming up and reporting. Yeah. I think, I don't know if that answers your question, but this is my experience.
No, I think a lot of issues, and I think that is the whole idea, Chinky and Shobha. I think both of you, I mean, one a lawyer and second a journalist, and I being a journalist with all kinds of experiences, I think what we are trying to do is to bring in front of this audience people who are listening to us, people who will be listening to or watching us on YouTube will be understanding these points, which are not new as such, but we really want to reiterate that each point is important to address. Whether it's how media covers anything, whether how media has a gender lens or not, whether it must have within media houses, there should be more gender understanding. We know even women journalists who face problems should not happen. So I think one, media house, two, the authorities, as I'm saying, I mean, you say there is police to protect. How many women police stations are there? How many at the lower level, not the higher level, women constables are there? How much of gender sensitization they have gone through to understand when a woman reaches in a state of shock, if she has been violated or there has been a problem with her, how to deal with her, how to take her report seriously, make her comfortable first of all. So all these things we have been saying each time and we'll keep saying, but we really wish it really happens. So Shobhaji, tell us also, how do we really reach there then? I mean, every time that a voice comes, as you rightly said, Hathras happens, so there would be more concern and a strict guideline maybe. Each time when Nirbhaya happened, again a law comes. I mean, whether a law which try to prevent trafficking, to how children should be protected, as to how maternity benefits should be given, as to how domestic violence against that an act came also, or dowry prohibition, all these acts are there. But still we know that cases are happening. As a lawyer, how concerned are you, and what do you think? Where can we really make more breakthrough? How do we really break that shield of silence?
Silence, whose silence? Like reactions or non-action by the police?
Yeah, so at times everywhere. Sometimes you're just knocking and you see there is delay at all levels. And that's where some women get discouraged, Shobhaji.
Remember when Hyderabad happened, what had happened for 2 hours, the police, am I audible?
Yeah. So, I mean, before you speak, I would request my team, also some of the viewers, to please unmute.
Am I audible, Rakhi?
The speaker is speaking. Please, Shobhaji, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm saying when for 2 hours, the police kept on saying that your girl might have flee away with someone, or she might have gone with a friend, this and that, and they were complained seriously. They were sent from one police station to another police station. Now we, unfortunate as citizens of this country, by and large, do not know that the girl, wheresoever she is, the closest police station she can go, and the police is duty bound to register it then and there. If the police says no for registering a sexual offense FIR, then that is a penal provision that the officer has to be booked and then. So we do not know all that.
True.
So, and they would go somewhere else.
Okay, so let me repeat. There are some
to the person, she knows I'll go to the closest one. She can reach to the closest magistrate.
Yeah, magistrate.
She can compel them to video record it also. Have knowledge of the basic provisions which are available to tell that if I have been wronged, I have a right, a duty to report it. Do it right now. Get my medical done right now. At Hathras case, the girl in that medical condition, assume for a moment, everybody is saying rightly that there was no sign of rape. The family did not say that, and we could not notice it. Assume for a moment that's right. With that condition of the body, nobody could assume what has happened to her. But she was lying on the floor for us. Was from 14th of September at 10:30, from 10:30 a.m. till she died on 6:55 a.m. on in hospital altogether, and the doctors could not notice the 22nd of September that she was raped. What kind of treatment they were giving? A case of this nature, I have seen the discharge summary of Safdarjung. You please see that. We cannot discuss the, fine aspects of legal aspects of every single piece of evidence. We should not. But these are crime documents. And today we allow all that reporting to happen on the media channels, going to the extent of showing complaint of the accused, which was supposed to come to the SIT team members only. That has reached to the journalist. They are showing on their cell phones. So for the victim and the family, for their statement to be believed, they wanted narco. For accuse, a piece of paper is good enough. This is the approach what Chinky ji is saying. We are in a gendered society. When a woman says something wrong has happened to me, it hardly matters to you. When a person blink an eye, if I slap the person, would be an overreaction from my side. We should teach our daughters and girls to learn this, that if somebody is making a wrong gesture to you, slap the person tight. Then they would realize, a man around us need to realize that if we don't like it, then that's wrong for us. You would not decide what is wrong for me. I would decide what is wrong for me, what is not acceptable to me. And these beginnings have to be done. We should know, like Rupan Del Bajaj had happened in 1996. that time when she made none less than KPS Gill, such a senior office IPS officer, when she made a complaint, and the excuse was, I only pat on her back. And the Supreme Court said, sorry, if she says that's not acceptable to me, that means that is wrong. We are not learning from these things. It had happened some 24 years back.
I remember.
Supreme Court judgment came. Now I'll give you a very interesting illustration. In MP district judge matter, the lady judge who made allegation against the High Court judge about sexual harassment, and then she was, I believe, suspended and transferred, something like that. She came to Supreme Court challenge. There was a committee constituted of the High Court judges. They found no sexual offense. The matter came up to Supreme Court. It was being argued before the committee was constituted. When it was being argued, the then Attorney General said like some reference to the arguing counsel, Ms. Indira Jaising, and she objected to the same because the reference was his wife to her husband was also arguing. So she said, I am Indira Jaising in my own terms. You need not to refer me as her husband, his wife. And
I
just
remember.
here, that one para is so interesting. You know, in our corridors, people are discussing that she overreacts, and you know, sometimes these reactions are not needed. But the judgment says very nicely. Judgment says, until this reaction happened, we did not come to know this fine thing, that if the woman can feel bad even with this kind of address as well, this generated a so a Supreme Court judge at that age is still learning. Do not tell that this is not acceptable to me. You know, if somebody touches me, I'll ignore this because I'm working in the same office. So what, he has rubbed his shoulder to me and I'll just let it pass by. If we sitting in a group and I'm saying something and they say, "Acha, tum bhi bol lo," and I'll let it go. I would not tell him, why you are saying tum bhi bol lo.
Yeah. So the idea is actually, as you're rightly saying, we have to put in our own, objections at the right places. But, then we also have to actually understand those related issues. I mean, it's time that it's snowing, and, we can only salute judiciary for so many judgments which have now come to light, which is looking at the dignity, as we understand the word very sensitively. They understand the dignity of a woman, and that's where the problem lies, when this dignity is not being understood correctly. Chinky, you'd agree with me that at all levels, we were talking about multi-dimensional platforms and levels, whether in school, colleges, families, institutions, places of work. I mean, sexual harassment at workplace. After Vishaka, there is a mandatory guideline that everyone should have a committee. How many of them actually have it? Now, how do we actually make everybody understand, Chinky, that all this is essential, because this is A, for you women, and B, that it's for the larger good of the society. But since you went to Hathras, I would also go to you and say, and as you also shared with us, this caste class combination, this very age-old cliched things which we sometimes see in other states as well. Why only single out one state? As they said, Balrampur, or as they said, something in Rajasthan also which happened. Chinky, what would you say? Where all can some of us really make a dent in creating something which really serves us?
I think we need to, read more, be more sensitive. I mean, going to what Shobhaji said, the victim did make a dying declaration, and according to the legal provisions, the dying declaration is actually admissible in the court, right? But we have reached a stage where the dying declaration doesn't mean anything, like, from the victim, because the kind of narrative tropes that are being used, the kind of twisting of the truth that is taking place, it actually shows that it's more societal. I mean, legality is of course there. It has been ignored by the media. The media has a really huge role to play in shaping the kind of narratives or the kind of stereotypical notions that we are having. So for instance, I'll tell you, I was in Bihar, and this whole Riya Chakravarti case was going on. Now, two things. Firstly, it takes away from the debate on mental health, right? And it's a huge issue in terms of mental health. I know of several people who have suffered from schizophrenic episodes, and So it takes away from that whole mental health. It has been made fun of by Miss One Kangana Ranaut, and who called depression gang and all of these things. And worldwide, we know that mental illness is a huge thing. Now, barring that, the way Riya Chakravarti was hounded by the media, I mean, you saw almost like a witch hunting going on. And this whole thing of what kind of love did she have for Sushant Singh Rajput, all kinds of these questions which didn't even make sense. So a lot of my friends who went to the same college, like similar education, similar family backgrounds, they were asking for justice for Sushant Singh Rajput. They were witch hunting Riya Chakravarti. One of them posted something like, media gagging is happening. But I wanted to say to her that it's not media gang, it's media trial. It's not the gagging of the media. So I'm just saying that these are really, really, entrenched kind of notions that we have grown up with. I don't know what the solution is, but from where I stand and from all those years that I've been on the ground, I see it going worse. Like in Hathras, if you were there, you would actually get angry. Because firstly, look, objectivity, I don't know about reporting in terms of objectivity, but you're also a woman, right? And you can imagine, or maybe, look, I won't say you can empathize fully, but you can, at least as a woman, you have the same body. You can understand what happened to her. I mean, these kinds of things just make you very angry. And all of it possibly coming from men or even women who have been victims of patriarchy in a way that they are also sensationalizing things. I think people do not know what it means to be sensitive to gender equations. I mean, I think rural area bad, urban area is not good either. I mean, I don't think there's I have been a woman, I've been a journalist. Me Too movement, we saw how the whole thing completely collapsed. I know the arguments against the Me Too movement, but the fact that how many of us suspected the women, I mean, the ones who came out, firstly, the stigma is huge to fight. Even at this level, if something happened to me, I would think like 5 times before going out in public and talking about it. I mean, these kinds of things are just entrenched in the society. You need to sort of, I don't know what the cure is. I can't give any solutions. It's depressing.
No, I think yes, but that's why. Yeah, Shobhari, that's why, since we all, when these things happen and we do get depressed, all of us, I mean, we call, like Chinky, Shobha, you, I, so many other people who are watching and joining in, we will call ourselves that, we may have seen things, we are experienced, we know, we are at a certain stage and place. There are many who don't have any voice, and that's where we have to become their voice and speak for them. I mean, but
who is listening to our voices, Rakhi? I mean, you keep saying things. Your voice is drowned in the cacophony of the TV channels. I mean, pathetic.
Yeah, Shobhari. So how, I mean, of course, we are looking at trying to diving in, so to say, and trying to catch hold to something that can really take us ahead. And, when we are saying this, some people would say, oh, women's rights, oh, you're talking about this. It's not only an issue which should be addressed in isolation. And I keep saying that. It's an issue which concerns us all. It's an issue which is related to our development. When we talk about Vikas of our Desh, we have to factor in 50% also. If we don't care for that 50%, we are losing on human resource, human capital. And if we are actually subjecting them to suppression, oppression, we are actually hurting our own development and we're watching it. So I urge also to all men and boys also that they should come out, share their experience and their troubles as to what sometimes troubles them that they get into things. B, have more understanding, more sensitivity. C, that you should get part of become part of those policies where a policy should be made to understand, uplift women, create more spaces for them, which is their spaces. We're not asking people say you ask, we're just claiming those spaces because we deserve those spaces. So that's where we are, and how law actually, I'll come back to again, because law supports, law gives you that strength. So Shobhari, your thoughts here.
So see, first of all, I'm hurt, I'm disgusted, I'm at pains, virtually howling with pain. But I am not disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed. I believe we would keep telling people, like, when we were discussing telephonically earlier, when all this happened, when Hathras happened and there was a gang rape, and we got to know that her neck bone is broken, her spine is injured, her tongue has been mutilated. It was like a feeling of deep sorrow, like deep disgust. We were still discussing all this, and suddenly when we woke up the next day, we came to know she was burnt in the midnight, like a heap of garbage, which we do not do with our pets, which we do not do with anything, anybody, anything which can have life. We do not dispose of them like that. Channels, you did not have much of the reactions from those intellectuals, and when we were talking in between us, a deep sadness, like we did not have word to react. Sometimes a wrong is that big that it silences you completely. So when Chinko was saying the family is not crying, can you imagine if we are so pained, what pain the family must be going through? The mother says she has seen in what condition the daughter was. Like when your pain crosses all boundaries, you get mum, you get silenced, you get synced. Somehow you have to come. They might cry, but they would cry maybe later, because right now they are hounded by people around, every kind of people who have never think of them. They are reaching out to them for some benefits, otherwise to, make their voice, make their plight understand, or maybe to be known by one of us.
But Shobhaji, just a second. I have to ask this question here also, that, when it comes to judiciary, we saw in Nirbhaya's case, it took so much time. I mean, that's where maybe the problem is, that people sometimes think, women especially, that it takes such a long time. I'm asked so many questions. I'm subjected to so many things. Whether I'm really able to take all this. So how law can actually, with all its, human aspect, can really look more and more pertinently.
Sensitivity is required. Yeah, sorry. You go on.
No, so I said that
you carry on what you were asking.
So I'm saying that, there are laws being made, and of course, these things are getting addressed. How really law, because you're a lawyer, can really look at those very pertinent smaller points, maybe it look like, but then look at those very specific points and each time focus on that. How law can also reach out much more. I mean, in terms of even a representation, I would say here, the number of female lawyers, female judges, I mean, if that becomes more, would be better. Also, looking at more voices, more women talking, and policies and and laws being made, which not only gives a judgment, which of course each time is also traveling, but or something which penetrates into the system and looks at it more pertinently.
So this insensitivity or gendered society is there everywhere. So it is not there in the courtrooms, or it's not there in the judicial system. Those people also come out from the very same society. And maybe most of them would be having their village background as well. So they have seen a similar kind of, and you react, you replicate the very same thing what you have been taught so far. So it is not as if you have good degrees in your kitty, you are situated very well in professionally. That would not change your basics. So today I was discussing in my office with my juniors and interns, and they were talking, ma'am, something has to be taught right from beginning. Because they were saying, even in our generation, those law students who are studying right now, they say, we face the different treatment even in our peer group even today. Mm-hmm. So their male friends or the male classmates would really push them aside by saying, "Acha, theek hai, chodo, tum bhi bolo. Acha, theek hai, ab tumko bhi kehna." Yeah, sometimes your feminism is something. Why you keep claiming the equal rights? You have more rights. So possibly make is I am Bendu as a man, like you need to come up to my standard. Bring yourself up. I'm better than you. I'm not claiming and asking for inequality. I assert that. We have that assert your being better than others. Make your voice loud and audible. Make sure talking more on the issue. I'm asking you to do more programs like this. Have women forum like this Her World. Make it much bigger. Do it in a very, very frequent manner. Make things happen like women forums. Don't join man forum. Create women forum. Let others listen to us. Bring more and more women out. Unfortunately, we do not help other women. What we do, we go and join a world which is successful, who are doing good. We must create our own world. We must tell them this is, 50% are we, 50% we have generated only. So we are actually more than 100%. So once they would realize that men means women have a man within it. She has a he within it. So once we make them understand that you come from me, even vocabulary says that. She has a he, woman has a man. When we start telling all that, even in court, we keep having, we also suffer so many of the things like this, not sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is that only when somebody makes you realize, oh, you don't drive well. Oh, when the woman is driving, please keep worrying because the woman is driving. When you are trying to make a point, somebody says, oh, you also want to speak. Let's listen you out as well. Feel the sexual harassment in all that gesture and react to it. If someone says, oh, you would also do, then you give that person the chance and say, very well, you speak first. As far as police stations are concerned, you have to educate them. They are illiterate when it comes to legal provisions. One needs to educate them. I believe we all have to make copies of these relevant provisions, make some thousands or maybe 1 lakh copies, go to all police stations, spend some time with them, educate with them. We need to teach them manners. They don't even behave nicely with their mother and wife, maybe with daughters. Would you expect them to behave well with you?
So we need the conditioning part, and
I was arguing a matter in Delhi High Court, okay, a prime High Court, and the judge, I would not be naming the judge at all, when he reacted, he was extremely raw, and I was in my first or second year of profession. So my throat got choked. He asked me, is this your personal matter? I said, no, that's not my personal matter. I've yet to learn all this rawness, all that ill-mannered way of behaving. So if somebody is reacting rude to you, you need to learn to still be calm and, be in your senses and respond. So the illiteracy of mannerism, illiteracy of being sensitive, illiteracy of to be respectful to each other. So when they be respectful man to man, they are possibly being respectful towards them because men, they consider, somebody of their type. But to be respectful to a woman is not everybody's forte. They have not been educated enough.
Though the other point is that, and of course, this is both to you and Chinky also, that as we are graduating, we are going to Mars and Moon now, and we call ourselves really making our mark in the global scene, Chinky. At the same time, in 2020, we are seeing such things which were happening 20 years before also, in terms of mindset, in terms of conditioning. We are having this program today. God knows how many debates, as she rightly said, we will continue to have program, but how long can we really address the same thing? So what I'm trying to also ask you here, Shobhaji, is that how each time in law also that we have progressed, and I'm naming you actually some of these important landmark judgments which came, which protected women at many levels, how much more I think judiciary can really do, and how law can really, as they say, कि कानून के हाथ लंबे होते हैं और महिलाओं के लिए लंबे और हो जाएं और उन तक बिल्कुल पहुंच पाएं, तो कैसे हम इसको और स्पेसिफिक बना सकते? How can we really make it more specific to understand? I won't really, as you rightly said, get totally depressed. I'm positive and optimistic that we can do something. For example, we can make a collective, Chinky, of such ideas. When Shobhaji says, let's make pamphlets, when you say, let's create awareness, when I say, let's make more programs, there is a collective being made, and let's look at that seriously. But any thoughts that both of you would like to share here as to what more can be done legally, and then Chinky, how much can we do in terms of the media narrative, which is right now, of course, we all are watching this TRP game is going on, but what can be done? Let's look at some of these solutions. Let's find out.
Shobha wants to go first.
You can also
Okay, go ahead. See,
Okay.
as far as judiciary is concerned, legal provisions, we have so many, and they would keep coming out with, like this time also we are going to request the court to frame some more guidelines when it comes to dealing with a dead body, when it comes to how do the hospitals do the medical examination when a body of this nature comes to you, and so many other things. Now, but as you said, Rakhi ji, a little while earlier, I wish they do it little more faster. In Nirbhaya's case, things started happening. Trial court did it in few months, then High Court did it in few months. Most of the time was consumed out of that 7 years by Supreme Court. In so many cases, our experience is that fast track court, like I have written this also in my representations to Chief Justice of India and so many other high courts and to the ministries concerned, that the fast tracking has to be done right from word go till the last leg. And what do I mean by that? The moment the girl reaches to the police station, do not shunt her. Whatever police station she reaches, with immediate effect, the FIR to be lodged, immediate effect, her statement to be recorded by the magistrate, immediate effect, her medical examination is done. Then a rape case never have so many witnesses. Do the investigation in 7 days and 8 days or 10 days time. It's far more like, it's a good enough period to conduct the investigation as far as rape cases are concerned. You hardly have witnesses in rape cases. Then the trial must be finished within 15 days. The High Court must, as a one-stop window, they must have some exceptional court sitting for rape cases or the sexual harassment. We must have the roster, must take those cases, not after rent case, not after PIL matters, not after anything else. Do the rape cases as and most urgent cases to be decided. And then in Supreme Court also, within 15 days of the appeal being filed, they must decide it.
True. I think that will really matter a lot. I think that's a very pertinent point, and we have to take that ahead. The
do
faster it is, the more confidence women will get, actually, Chinky, isn't it? The confidence comes from that how your issue is being addressed at the right time and speedily, isn't it, Chinky?
Yes, for my ending notes, I want to say that I think media houses have been largely responsible for twisting narratives out of proportion. People are getting affected by it. And just the other day, I mean, I've been part of my own family groups, and I can tell you from my personal experience, because we go by primary, engagements. When the Ria thing happened, a lot of my own family members were like, blaming her on these WhatsApp. I mean, I've quit my family group like 9 times already. But I see that I think people need to, in media houses especially, because I can't talk about the society in general, it's out of my own scope. But I think media houses should have gender sensitivity training in terms of reporting what you can, what you should not. And the editor should be very, very prompt in terms of pointing out the legal provisions. There's a trend in the media where, obviously there's a large scale unemployment in the media as well. You have really young reporters who have gone to colleges but do not have the experience that comes from the ground. I think the more you go into it, these are sensitive issues. I think you need to sort of look at it from very, very different points of view as well, from the legal, from the social, from the political, from the economical, from the caste hierarchy, everything. I don't think they have experienced enough, and this whole thing of competition, like TRP, blah, 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 it just doesn't work. At the end of it, it's so reductive that it reduces and dehumanizes the victim. I think all of those things, we should have more women reporting from the front lines. We should ensure their safety. Uh, all of, I think these are things like when I was in the US, the media, the newsrooms had these kinds of, women panels or whatever, where you had gender sensitive reporting. In college, we did gender sensitive reporting. In India, you don't have it. I think that is one of the
Very
biggest
true. Very
problems.
true.
Yeah.
I totally agree on this program, actually, Chinky. I mean, maybe we can talk later and work on this, which I've been doing and trying to do, is that within media houses, as you rightly said, there has to be more understanding of gender issues, and then working on those. I mean, for example, some of these girls ask me as to, when I do a gender story, will it be taken, or will it be given a page 7, page 8 kind of treatment? And that's where they get disheartened. So understand, media editors, that it is very important and very critical and very you're being very sensitive to address it, as Chinky rightly said, immediately, and with the right kind of sensitivity, right from the words that you're printing in terms of an article or news piece, or let's say sometimes a graphic representation, which also should be really, really looked at. So many of these points have to be looked at, apart from socially, as she's saying, conditioning of men and boys, how they are raised, how they are made to understand that it's important to respect women, and why it is important to respect women. So that's very important. Is there any question that is coming in for these two guests also? I'm asking my team if there is any other question. Chaitra, Sneh,
No,
or
ma'am.
anyone
We don't have.
ask anything? I could see some of these, some of these, reactions
Yes.
or
Yeah, messages.
Yes, ma'am. People
messages.
have responded in the chat box, ma'am. Ma'am, a
Is
question
there
from the.
anything that you want to read out? Is there anything that you want to read out, Chaitra?
Yes, ma'am.
Say it.
Ma'am, a question from the participant. Ma'am, how can pornography sites be banned? Can't a bill be filed to this effect? This is a
Must
question
be
from the
filed.
participant, ma'am.
Okay. Shobhaji.
Must be filed. I would actually ask for that. There was one blue whale kind of program where people, the children were getting instigated,
They were killing
committing
themselves.
suicide. Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very
So
dangerous.
a PIL was filed in Supreme Court, and that's funny part of it, that Supreme Court had decided that, and they said very well, the government had acceded to the request, and they said we can have informative programs, and we can ask schools to inform the children that this is what the whole program is, and you should be watchful. And they said even have all the media channels. There was a direction by Supreme Court in the order to all the media channels, even to the Government of India, the Ministry of Broadcasting, to have the ads given warning the children, the schools to have the educated program on that. All the channels as a mandate had to follow that. Have you seen any ad thereafter? No, none of us. So courts can pass the judgment unless the person again goes back to
Yeah.
so there is a contempt file for all this.
I think if we take up those issues of how representation of ideas related to gender, what kind of representation is happening, I think that's another program that we will soon mount also, Shobhaji. That's another point of debate or discussion or analysis as to how that should be done, as to what we are presenting and how. I think Chinky and you and I should come again in another edition and talk about that. I think there are a range of issues that will keep, which are related, which we will keep discussing and talking about, because as I said, it is very disturbing, and we are watching what's happening in Hathras. We are not getting into any politics, but we are saying what's happened to the girl is very unfortunate, sad, and it's really troublesome. And such incidents, which are not even being reported at times, and many of such incidents are happening, are causes of great disturbance. And this should really be minimized, should be curbed. We should all introspect, think, act, work on it, whether it's the legal fraternity, whether it's media, whether it's the society, houses, family, colleges, education, we all have to really do our bit.
I just want to add one line, Rakhi.
Tell me.
All the women in this forum right now, whosoever are attending as well, start raising your voice, start telling everybody that I do not accept this. This is not acceptable. To make this as a bottom line of your behavior. Keep telling them, keep voicing, keep sounding to the ear of, be it judiciary, be it your officers, be it your employees, be it your colleagues, be it your classmates, be it your family. Keep telling them that I know my rights, I want to assert them, and there has to be a mannerism with which you have to behave with me. Unless we keep sounding to them, it would not bring the change.
True. I keep doing that, I can tell you, at every point of time.
We must keep telling.
Yeah.
We must keep telling.
Okay. Chinky, any last message that you want to share?
I just want to say that please have some discretion in what you're watching. We need to get back long form writing back, because that is how we'll be able to, the problem is this short attention span, which is not helping us understand matters. So I think maybe people, if they can devote more time to reading through things, maybe, and not really increase the TRP of several channels who are dealing with this, because ultimately it affects the mind, the opinion gets formed by that. I think use more discretion. And as Shobhaji said, tell everybody that this is wrong. Like I told my uncle that you are sounding like a misogynist, and that's about it. Leave family groups if you have to. I guess that's all.
I think that makes 3 of us. So thank you so much.
Sorry to interrupt, but ma'am, I had a question for Shobha ma'am.
Ask, please.
May I go? Yeah. As much as heinous crime a rape is, and speedy justice must be delivered, I understand that. But there is this law in our country that medical tests for the victim need to be done within 96 hours, right?
Right.
To check the sperm. So, but the same law in US, it is that the medical tests of the victim, 96 days. So, if this, it is such a stigma for the victim and her family to come out and speak about this. When they registered the first FIR, they did not talk about the rape. As far as in my knowledge, they did not speak about the rape. So, if the law gets changed or amended, will it prove to be more advantageous for the victims, or will it prove to be more disadvantageous, that the justice will be denied and justice?
Actually, what you are saying
this will be delivered even more late for women to come out and speak.
I think it can be generally answered. I think, of course, Shobhaji can speak, but I think more such things. For example, what the reports come out. When does it come out? Even in Arthur's case. So I think the timing. The days, as Shobhaji can answer, that it takes. I don't know if there can be more.
But I found this thing very interesting, because we are right now doing that Hathras case in Supreme Court, right? We are going to appear. Matter was listed.
There's some technical glitch happening. Come again? Yeah.
So that one, this do it because the law does not permit. I'm so sorry that law does not say don't do it. It says must be done within this time. Requirement that you must do it as much as early possible you can. But you are right. We should raise this point in court that if this is the understanding of law, then we must go for a clarification. And yes, we must become much more scientific like US, that we could do it up to 90 days. Here, one may say because of repeated wiping of the body, sperms were not available, but that's not the requirement of law in India. If you read, if few of them are law students, otherwise I'll just say 375, which defines rape under IPC, has been broadly, has been given now a very wide definition after Nirbhaya's case in 2013. The amendment came. Now that penetration to an extent is okay. That's ejaculation, presence of sperm. All that is the requirement of law. That is a corroborative evidence. If that is, you can for sure say it had happened. But if it is here, that doesn't mean that it has not taken
Okay,
place.
so yeah,
Definition
so
is very you.
I think that answers the question of the
You
person.
try to
Yeah. So many such questions can be posted to us at Her World, and we will of course be taking it up, and also let you, the answers will be given to you. I mean, through the discussions with these panelists. I thank you so much, Shubhaji.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, ma'am. There are almost 5 to 6 questions
No,
in the
but
chat
we can't
box.
take them. Yeah, we
Yes,
cannot take them
yes.
right now, Chaitra. We will take
Okay,
them
ma'am.
account for Her World platform, and
Sure.
we will keep taking them
Sure, ma'am.
and even get
Okay, ma'am.
answers for them. Thank you so much for bringing in these all these participants. I thank you so much. Value your time. We will keep raising questions. We will keep raising voices, as somebody rightly said, when it's needed. And we'll continue to have such programs which really throw light, and we'll continue to have some maybe rethink if it can happen in terms of policies, in terms of how newsmakers are looking at things, how media is looking at things, how our society is not addressing issues which it must. So thank you so much, Chinky and Shubha, once again.
Thank
And to the entire Her World team also, to Miranda House once again, which keeps guiding us and giving their valuable support. Honor of Women, which is really working very, very seriously on these issues and areas. Curious for Law, thank you. You've joined us. SDG Chopal, we are looking at gender equality, and through you, we are reaching the global space. And Kacheri.in, which is also lending their hand. Thank you so very much, and thank you to my team, of course. The backstage team has really worked hard. Thank you.
Must be. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Rakhi. Thank you, Shobha.
Thank you, Thank you, Chinkiji. It's nice to see and meet you through this channel.
Thank you.
Take care. Take care. Take care. Thank you.